I grew up with a family that my father was an alcoholic. My mother was a workaholic. I lived a very isolated life. The enemy just isolated me right away. At the age of 14, I was raped and just forced to take care of my siblings. My mother and father eventually divorced. I ended up getting into some bad relationships, very toxic relationships. I ended up having 2 children out of wedlock with different fathers, just thinking love all around was pain, and this is what love is. This is what it's supposed to be. After my 2 children, I was living a single parent life, 2 jobs, and then I met my husband and we had a child together. You know, I didn't have God in my life. I knew of him. I was more of a fan versus a follower. We ended up moving to Omaha for a job promotion, and my marriage just instantly just started going down the hill. I left my husband for a very toxic relationship, something that I was familiar with, something that my life has been just a familiar thing. I was introduced to an IV drug. Within 10 months, I lost everything. I lost my house. I lost my job. I lost my children. I nearly lost my life to overdosing a couple times. I could always figure things out my entire life. I remember specifically, I'm sitting on the patio of this house, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna figure this out. I can figure it out. I've done it before. And as I'm sitting there, there was just a blank. I'm like, there is no plan A, there is no plan B, there is no plan C. And I remember in that moment, God said, I'm the only plan. That's when I just broke down. I'm like, I give up. I'm at the bottom. So I called my mom and I admitted everything that I'd done. I let her know that I'm about to be on the street. And within 2 days of that phone call, my brother shows up with his hunting camper and he packed me up within 2 hours and I was out of there. As soon as I came through the gates of Sheepgate, I felt a sense of, for the first time actually, a feeling of being welcomed. Sheepgate is so different from other programs because the heart of this program isn't about getting clean and sober. It's about freedom in itself, and it's about finding who God has created me to be. My life without Sheepgate, where I would be is I would be dead. I would be dead. If I wasn't dead, I would be behind a glass wall. The impact that Sheepgate is having on women is complete freedom. The purpose of Sheepgate is to bring the broken in, to be nurtured, to be brought back to life. My purpose, the Lord just showed me too, was He wanted me to stay here. I fell in love with this community. I never had community in my life. I fall in love with the women that come in here just as broken as I was, because He's placed it in my heart to help them and to speak life into them and to know that they're not alone and to know that there's freedom here, because I've found freedom here and it's a daily choice. What the Lord's done for my life, I never would have expected it. He's provided a home. He's provided my relationships with my family back, so much more than I could ever imagine. Freedom is a choice. It's an everyday choice, but I know that my name is Angela, and I am choosing to be free.